Hey everybody, I'm Brant, and today I'm going to show you the process that I did in order to complete the neck on my Leo Jaymz kit guitar. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm just getting ready to, well, let me start by saying I did add about 4 or 5 coats, I believe it was 5 coats of the Minwax tongue oil on here, and I don't know that it's kind of hard to tell on the camera how it came out, but I think it is just slightly darker than what it was before, which is actually what I was going for. I didn't want it to get too dark. So just for fun, I've decided to go ahead and put some feed wax on there. So I'm just gonna do that. So what is this stuff like? I have no idea, never used it. I've seen it on Ted's channel. I may have seen it mentioned on another channel. No idea how much is too much or too little, so I'm gonna put it on and see what happens. So I guess I'm gonna let that dry and maybe come back and do another coat. If I do another coat, I will not make any of you watch that. So I've elected not to use the tease tuners. I'm just going to go with the original stock tuners since they were holding tune okay. And they seem to fit in here very well. Where the tease ones were just slightly bigger, I would have had to plug all these holes and re-drill them. So not worth it. Just because that's what I had on hand. You know, the tuners that came with it were pretty okay. If I need to, I'll upgrade them later. All right. So I've got this neck pretty, I mean, it's so smooth. It's just really slick. It's amazing. I think I'm gonna have to do this to more of my necks. The color looks okay in the direct light. It looks a little pale, but when you look at it from further away, not straight on, it does have a little bit darker color to it. Anyway, so what I want to try now, I want to see if I can get a Headstock logo on there. So I have printed up some different fonts for the purpose of this demonstration. I've decided I'm going to stick with the name Sierra Rose for the guitar. I kind of like that. I'm actually not going to try this sheet because I thought the red was a little too just red. I thought maybe it wouldn't transfer very well, so I did a darker red as well. And I thought that might look a little better. I'm not sure which one I'm going to try, but I've seen a couple of people do this online, where they just print on from a regular printer on a piece of paper. And I also saw my buddy Casey over at String Pickers. He did this recently on Trouble. His guitar that he built is I think it was a Claxton kit. He put a little logo on the headstock and maybe somewhere else on the guitar. Can't really exactly remember. But all he did was he printed it out just like I'm printing it out. Got a little packing tape. And my understanding is what you do is you just put the packing tape or the tape right over it. And then the idea is to try and transfer the ink to the back of the tape. So I'm just going to give it rub it down really good just using this Fritz ruler, this plastic, like a credit card would work, or something like that. So I'm just going to rub this down. And then I'm going to try and cut it out. And I'm going to try and get pretty close to the lettering, not too wonky. Don't want to accidentally cut anything off. And the next step after this is I'm going to put it in a little bowl of room temperature water. Got a little bowl sitting out for a while. And the idea is that the paper will peel off and the ink will stay on the tape. And then you've got yourself a little instant water slide decal that you can put on the headstock. And if it doesn't work, I'll see if I can figure something else out. But I've seen people do it. I'm really curious about it. So I'm just going to put that in here. And I'm going to let it sit for a few minutes. While that's going, I might try and, you know what? I'm going to try that other logo. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Nope. That paper came right off, but that's what I was left with. I don't know if you can even see. That's disappointing. This may not work. Maybe I didn't rub it hard enough. That's what she said. Sorry. You can kind of see it. But it didn't come out very nice. I'm not going to use that one. Let's see what that one does. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and pick another one. Oh, what time is it? We got 45 minutes until Ted starts his live show. He's traveling today and still doing a live show. And some extra time. So he's going to be doing a live show away from home. That'll be interesting. Maybe he will give us a tour of his hotel room. Be staying in a hotel, I don't know. That guy's awesome. He's got a video coming out every day. Every day there's a new Ted video. Ted Talks Guitars in Life. I keep telling him when our grandkids are exploring the antiquity that is YouTube at that time, there will still be more videos coming out from Ted long after I'm gone, he's gone, and we are all gone. There will be new videos to see at the rate he's going. Man, that guy is awesome. But I would like him to take a vacation. So I could take a vacation from having to watch everything. All right, let's let that sit. Let's see what happens with this one. Is this one coming off? Oop, paper's not coming off of this one very easily. Starting to, it looks like. But I think, yeah, same result. Same result. Most of the color stayed on there. Very little. Very little gut on the actual tape. But there is something there. There is something there. I wonder if it would make a difference if I just did it all in black. And if I can get this to work, it doesn't have to be in red, but if I can get it to work at least in all black. I'd be pretty ecstatic about that. Making my own water slide seems like a fun thing to do. Yeah, we're in the same situation again. Same situation where most of it's on the paper still. But hardly anything showed up. So, back to the drawing board. I don't think I'm going to try any more of these. I might do it all in black. So I printed the same fonts. I just didn't include the red color this time. And I just printed these off, so I'm going to try this one. And so I did kind of a black outline like that. And I'm hoping that this will stick a little better. So it left me with this. Faint outline. Theoretically, I should be able to paint over the black. And the black will come through, right? Yeah, not really what I'm looking to put on the headstock. And it's not quite going to cut it for me. That's kind of a sloppy job, but the color isn't there. I've been wanting to try this for a long time. And I've watched a ton of videos. Well, there's not a ton of videos about how to do this, but there's some. I just didn't ever know if it would work, and some videos look like they were pretty successful. I know Casey had a hard time with his. Well, didn't have a hard time with it. I know he wasn't very happy with it. He still put it on the guitar. It's still there. But I remember when he made it at the time, he seemed a little disappointed. And I guess I am too. Shout out to Casey over at Stream Pickers. He's doing all this kind of stuff and projects and building kit guitars and painting. He's actually got some pretty interesting paint work on one of his guitars, at least that I've seen. Go check him out. Very faint outline. This is the old one, sorry. So I'm going to try and darken that up with some black paint. Here we go. Yeah, no, that just doesn't look. You know what? I lied. I'm going to quit doing this because I'm not getting what I want. So I am going to go ahead and do one more of these, and I'm going to stick it on no matter what. And call it good. And that will be incentive for me to figure out another way. Let's try to get it where we actually want it. Yeah. Oh, I'll take that. I'm anxious to get this going. So, we've got the headstock. done. Not quite what I was going for, but it's something. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the tape off. Let's see if I can tell the difference. I can definitely see the difference. It was very much this color. It's got a much, well, not a much darker hue, but pretty much, I think that's kind of what I was going for. And you can see right there at the truss rod, I taped just above the truss rod. So I didn't get all the way up here. So I don't know if you can see the difference in color there. Slight. Feels fantastic. And that logo, yeah. Yeah. I'll live with it for now. All right, so going to go ahead and start filing this, making sure that everything's copacetic with the frets. Okay, so frets are polished, leveled, filed, not in that order. Looking pretty good. You can see the, if I can get it to show up, the crown line there. On the frets, that black line in the middle. At least that's what I see on J-Man's videos. So all crowned, leveled, polished. Again, I don't know if you can tell the difference between where I taped it off up here and the color down here. Not a whole bunch different, but man, this neck feels just really smooth. Really smooth, and everything looks really good on that. So I will address any issues with the nut when we get a little bit further along. And yeah, I'm looking into some other options for that. I've been looking online and everything I see looks a little dicey or not quite what I'm looking for. And just something I'd rather not get involved with, high shipping costs and stuff. So I think I might seek out somebody locally and just see, hey, what would it cost to do that, but have some actual decent color on it, like black and red on the inside like I had originally wanted. I think that would go well with what else I have planned for this. So I think next time I'm going to be working on the body of the guitar. I need to get that bridge pickguard shaved down, bridge holes filled and re-drilled, and the control plate, at least one of the holes filled and re-drilled. And then I'll have to wire everything up and put it all back together, and that should be done. So maybe 1 or 2 videos depending on how it goes. But yeah, I got some things going on, so maybe a little bit before my next one. Kind of a busy week here. I got another guitar coming in, I think. Yeah, so that's it for me today. Want to thank you again for watching, and as always, wherever you are in the world, I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers.